is now the gateway to the bell.
Swing and get up, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Home
The game is over. The series is over. The wait is over.
And starring our world champion Milwaukee Braves, the cast in order of appearance. Leading off and playing second base, Alfred Red Schoendienst. Batting average, .309. Fielding, sensational. A master of the double play, Red was a perfect running mate for Johnny Logan.
What's a-happening, nerds? This is John Nerding Out with Cards. And first, I want to say congratulations to Billy, Phil Necro fan, 35. I'll put his channel in the link down below, or a description down below. And he's celebrating his 100 subscriber milestone, which is tremendous, and I think is just going to be the first of many. His channel is great. I love that the center of it is Phil Necro, because that's just a player that is not often talked about here on the YouTube. And I absolutely love that, because it's our benefit that we get to learn more about the player, get to see more of the cards and whatnot. So thank you, Billy, for starting up your channel, and can't wait to see what more you do. But he wanted a VR call out, and it's, what is your favorite Brave? And notice I didn't attach a city to that because, they played in 3 different cities. I'm a diehard Cardinal fan, and it's just like, how can I have a favorite Brave? Well, I've talked about it on my channel before. However, the Cardinals, that's because that's where my mind goes. Who have been Cardinals and Braves? That's just where it goes, and big time Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum fan, and you just flip through this binder and you see the players, you see the names. Billy Southworth, he led the Cardinals through the 40s to multiple World Series titles, and then he left and went to the Braves. Led them to success as well. I see here, Bruce Sutter, although his time in Atlanta was not that great, but still he played for both teams. Ted Simmons, Joe Torre, because Joe Torre came from the Braves to the Cardinals where he won an MVP. Here's another one. So Al Hrabosky, recent inductee to the Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum. Brian Jordan, he was a two-way star, did football and baseball, came up through the Cardinals farm system, and then when free agency came around, he went to Atlanta. And then notably, I wouldn't say he played for the Braves, but you had Adam Wainwright, who we acquired from the Braves, but he only played in their farm system, right? So anyway, if you could obviously tell from the little clip that I showed after my intro, my favorite Brave of all time is Red Schoendienst. Of course it has to be. Show off a couple things, I got a Red Schoendienst bobblehead. But what's really cool is, when the Cardinals retired his number, I got this print that I showed, but the description here talks about his 1957 season, talks about, winning a World Series with the Milwaukee Braves. So I think that's neat that this print tried to encompass his entire career and not just the Cardinals years. But then I also have this little stadium giveaway, like red jacket statue. And what I love about this is, if you look, if I can get to focus. Oh, man. But anyway, it's a 10-time All-Star, which has the 1957 season on it. There it focuses. Which, he was in Milwaukee. That's the year he got traded to him. 5-time World Series champion. Has 1957 on there. Again, when he won it with the Milwaukee Braves. Number 2 is retired here in St. Louis. He did not wear number 2 in Milwaukee. So, it's why, one of Red Shandy's is just a player I love to collect. I love learning more about his playing career, his coaching, managerial career, and, his encompassing baseball lifer story. And I value his time with the Braves, which is kind of ironic because in 1957, the Cardinals and Braves were kind of neck and neck there until the end. And it was on September 23rd that Hank Aaron hit a walk-off home run, which clinched the pennant for the Milwaukee Braves and sent the Cardinals packing for the rest of the year. What if they had Red Shandy's? Who knows? But he wasn't on the team. They traded him away in 1956. So I think that his time with the Braves was just very important for the recognition that he ended up receiving from the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame via the Veterans Committee in 1989. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show a clip from his induction speech.
I've been a member of some great teams, like the championship teams John Quinn and Fred Haney put together in Milwaukee in 57 and 58. I was also on the last Giant team Horace Stoneham had in New York. And Charlie Finley gave me the opportunity to coach in the American League. I've had the unique pleasure of being teammates with some of the greatest players in the history of baseball. Stan the Man, Willie Mays, Warren Spahn, Henry Aaron, and Eddie Matthews.
All right, so hope you like that clip. It shows how much Red valued his time in Milwaukee as well, and the success that he had on the team, the teammates that he got to play with, Spahn, Aaron, Matthews. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? But it's there's going to be some cards I'm going to show here, and so winning that series in 1957. And here's this commemorative card for that. And Red actually has a commemorative card for the Cardinals for the 46 series. But anyway, really sweet card. And I am of the opinion that do the Braves win the World Series without Red Shandy's? I mean, that you could argue that they wouldn't have. They came really close to winning the pennant in 56 and fell just short. Ironically, it was the Cardinals who knocked them out and allowed the Dodgers to win the pennant in 56. And then I'll show a team card. And so this is a 1958 team card. And it's got Red Shandy's on there. And then the teammates that he highlighted in his Hall of Fame induction speech, Spahn, Aaron, Matthews. So I thought this would be a really neat card to get because of his Hall of Fame induction speech. And it's just great for Red. He valued winning. And you could, that Hall of Fame induction speech, you can see how much he valued it. And here I'm going to show a clip from when the Braves clinched the pennant against the Cardinals, showing how happy Red was.
We had a wonderful game tonight with Hank hitting that home run. I'll say one thing. One of the first guys that come in the clubhouse tonight was Elvin Dart to congratulate just about everybody he saw in the clubhouse. I'm just happy that I was on a winner this year. It's been a long time. It's been 11 years. So I'm awful happy. Thank you.
All right. So I hope you like that clip. I found that here on the YouTube, and it's just great for Red that he was able to experience that. And why I showed that clip is because it kind of ties into the big-time Braves card of Red I have in my collection. I showed this when I picked it up, and absolutely stoked. Like, this is the perfect Braves Red Shandy's card. And it's the 1957 Spick and Span. He has one in 1960 as well, but I really, really like this because it's got the branding there on the front. This is from 1957. His only 1957 Braves card The year that they won the World Series, he finished third in MVP voting, had 200 hits, instrumental member of the Milwaukee Braves winning the World Series. And this is actually a short print because he got traded mid-season to the Braves. And I've talked about that before. And yes, it's blank back. Absolutely awesome. And, if you don't want to take my word for it by him being an instrumental part of that team, I'm going to show another clip from that same World Series film from the beginning. And you figure it was like a 20 some odd minute film, and like almost 2 minutes was dedicated to Red. But here I'll show the clip of him joining the Braves.
But the commanding lead melts away, and reinforcements in the form of Red Schoendienst arrive while the Braves are in Philadelphia. Former teammate Del Rice is mighty glad to have Red back on his side. Welcome to the Braves, Red. Catcher Del Crandall greets Red in his spanking new Braves traveling uniform. There are many who say the pennant was won this weekend, just a few hours before the June 15th trading deadline. Fielding gems like this make Red an immediate favorite with the home fans. Baseball's Huck Finn has found a home in the hearts of Milwaukeeans. More fielding finesse. Campanella's bid for a hit is turned into a quick twin killing. The crowd loves it, and how. Red plays heads-up ball. He grabs Vallo's hopper, tags Samoli, and fires the first for another double play. The fans have found another hero. They love to watch Red hit, too. With his choke-style grip, Red rattles one right down the line and racks up an easy double. One of the best switch hitters in the game, Red provided the spark that ignited the pennant flame.
All right, so I thought that was really cool because that was in the moment. In the moment. That's not, revisionist history. That isn't hindsight, me looking back as a Homer fan kind of thing. That was in the moment, celebrating them win the World Series and how important Red coming to the Braves was. As a matter of fact, I read a quote by Hank Aaron, and he called Red Schoendienst a Moses, leading the Braves to the promised land because, Red was a winner. He won a World Series in '46 with the Cardinals. He was a veteran. And the difference between 56 and 57 was Red coming in. And they did win the pennant again the next year. However, they lost the rematch in the World Series to the Yankees. But I just thought that was absolutely awesome to see. And one of the things I wanted to do is, like I said, incorporate some more highlights and videos to illustrate what I'm talking about, illustrate my points. And I thought it would be really cool for Billy, like if he watches this, I hope he enjoys it. So, but yeah, Red Schoendienst, my all-time favorite Brave, and I think that his Braves years helped get him into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He is a member of the Cardinals Hall of Fame, and I believe he received recognition in Milwaukee as well. Because that 57 team is the only World Series title for a Milwaukee baseball team to this point, right? I hope you all enjoyed this, nerding out to some Braves cards. But yeah, this is how I'm nerding out. And go check out Billy's channel if you haven't already. I think he deserves more subscribers. And nerd out while checking out Billy's channel.